Hi, Michael Hudson here. Welcome to this week's video blog. Across the past week, a topic has crossed my path, and it seems like this is happening a lot lately, so I'm really glad I started doing these video blogs. The topic this week is content. How much, what format, and when. Now, the subject has surfaced in conversations with people about doing things like this video blog that I'm doing, and asking the question of how much information is enough and how much is too much. Now, I've got to tell you, I think this is one of the biggest struggles most of us have. Those of us who love ideas, who love pathways to doing things, who love frameworks, who love toolkits, who love roadmaps, we want to lay out every single step to people. We want to share all of the things we've learned because that's what's excited us. And we feel like if we can just tell them, it's going to help them. Well, there's an interesting reality. Most people are already full. They've got plenty of things going on, and they don't have the capacity, the space, or even the desire to know the entire path and all of the steps. What they really want to know is the one next right thing to do. They want that next step. Now, I talk about this all the time, and I work with it with my coaching clients, but I find that when I come here, I want to share more information. I find that when I write a blog post, there needs to be more information in my mind for it to be full and rich enough for me to give it to you. What I'm learning is that there's a real important trade-off here that's far more important than I've ever given it credit for being. Most people don't need to understand the entire context, they just need to understand enough of the context. So here's my advice, the one simple step. Map out the framework, map out the roadmap, identify the various steps that make sense, but parse them out and teach them individually. Give the person one step to take next. Give them the context of how it fits into a larger system, but don't try to get them to understand the entire system before they take action. Don't bog their mind down with too many options so that they don't know which step to take first. In other words, parse it out carefully. Deliver it sequentially. Make it consumable. Make it easy. Easy to follow, easy to understand, easy to act upon, and create the quick wins because the quick wins over time accumulate to be significant impact for their business. So those of you who are coaches, those of you who are speakers, those of you who are consultants, those of you who are writers, I encourage you to think about what's the big picture path, but what's the illustrative story you can use that reveals one piece of that path and then lead that to a single action step. I give a shout out here to Ray Edwards. Ray Edwards talks in his copywriting book about the idea of what's your most wanted result. Ask yourself, what's the most wanted result from this piece of content? Am I trying to teach them a specific thing? Am I trying to give them a tool? Am I trying to encourage them to take action? Define that one thing, provide sufficient context for them to understand that one thing, then deliver it and move on. So today, what's the one thing? The one thing is to learn how to give just one thing at a time. Fight that thing inside of you that wants to give them everything. Give them some context so they understand where it fits. You do the heavy lifting on the back end. You figure out the framework. You figure out the roadmap. You figure out the steps. But parse it out to the audience you're serving in a way that makes it consumable for them, relevant for them, and easy for them to put to work. And that's going to be by giving them the one thing. Hey, thanks for watching this week. I intentionally tried to shorten this a little bit this week, so I hope I succeeded. I'd be honored if you'd subscribe and get future episodes, and I'd be really happy if you'd share this on social media with your friends and colleagues who might benefit. And I want to remind you again, as I always do, get out there this week and get your message heard, because there's someone waiting who needs to hear it. But they need to hear the one thing they need to do next, not the entire message, not the entire framework.